manifestation is not magic. The modern idea of manifestation is often presented as if reality can be forced into obedience by repetition. Say the same affirmation often enough, visualize a luxury car hard enough, hold the right frequency long enough, and the universe will supposedly deliver the object, the money, or the life. It is an appealing idea. It is also a confused one. There is a real phenomenon underneath some of this language, but it is not supernatural materialization. It is a mix of attention, expectation, learning, emotional regulation, habit formation, and behavior change. In other words, the mind can change the way a person perceives, chooses, persists, and acts. That can absolutely change life outcomes, but that is very different from thinking something into existence. When people focus on a specific outcome, they begin to notice opportunities related to that outcome more easily. This is not magic. It is attention. The brain filters enormous amounts of information. What you repeatedly think about becomes easier to see. If someone begins to believe that new opportunities are possible, they may start noticing conversations, ideas, or possibilities they would previously ignore. That shift can lead to real changes, not because reality bent, but because perception changed. Expectation also matters. If a person expects rejection, they behave cautiously. If they expect possibility, they behave more openly. This changes tone, decisions, and persistence. Over time, those small behavioral differences compound. Again, this is not supernatural. It is psychology interacting with action. There is also an emotional component. Visualization and affirmations can sometimes reduce anxiety. When anxiety decreases, people take more risks. They send the email, they apply for the opportunity, they start the project. The outcome looks like manifestation, but the mechanism is behavior. Habit formation plays a role as well. Repeating a statement does not create reality, but repeating a statement can change self-perception, and self-perception influences behavior. Someone who begins to see themselves as capable may act differently than someone who sees themselves as stuck. Those actions accumulate. Eventually, life circumstances shift. This is often labeled manifestation, but the process is gradual, not mystical. The danger appears when manifestation is presented as purely mental. If people are told they only need to think correctly, they may ignore action, learning, and environment. This creates frustration. When results do not appear, the person assumes they did not believe enough. But belief alone does not build skills. Belief alone does not change systems. Belief alone does not replace effort. Thoughts influence behavior. Behavior influences outcomes. That is the chain. There is nothing mystical about it. But there is something powerful in understanding it clearly. The real usefulness of manifestation language is this. It encourages people to examine their assumptions. What do you believe is possible? What do you believe is allowed? What do you believe is realistic? These beliefs shape decisions long before outcomes appear. Changing those beliefs can open different paths, but the change still happens through perception, choice, and action, not through reality bending itself. When understood this way, manifestation becomes less magical and more practical. It becomes a process of self-reprogramming. You notice assumptions, you question them, you test new behaviors, you observe results. Over time, patterns shift, life changes. Not instantly, not magically, but meaningfully. If you would like to read this essay with references and sources, you can find the full article in the Celestial Letters blog. The link is included in this podcast description. This has been a Celestial Letter from Astral Moon Magic.